Hi, my name is Sarah Booth, and this is my presentation for the Creating Project for EDU 709. For my topic that I chose, I looked at Class Dojo, which I was first introduced to by my daughter's school. They sent out a letter introducing parents to this new application that they were going to be using in regards to behavior management in the classroom. I went in, set up all the required information that they asked for, and lo and behold, they never used it. Which then got me to this point when I saw that a previous student had also looked at this, and I said, well, let me look into it more. Maybe there's something more to this than what my daughter's class in school had initially thought it would be. And when I started going into it, I realized it was more than just could be used for more than just a generic like progress report. Here's the website to the login. If we just log in as the teacher, which I have created a login for both the teacher and myself as a parent. And when you log in to create the account as a teacher, it'll let you do a profile picture, and it also gives you a demo class. You can also add your class list as well. And basically the demo class it already has set up these students, which I have given participation points for, but they would initially be blank. So basically this is the first lesson that I had regarding just getting parents and students and teachers just a basic lesson on what Class Dojo is about, and let them understand what the purpose is of this application. Students, would be asked to provide input about their class behaviors, which you'll see when I look at a student, what kind of participation points that they can be awarded. This can all be done based on what other students have asked as what they want in their class lists. You can also, as a teacher, you can send a brief screencast to parents to view as well, but there's also these great videos that Class Dojo has already created to allow parents and students to view when you're looking at an introductory lesson. I won't bore you with the whole thing, but this is a student one, and they're fun characters that kids would all love. So that's like the student video. There's also a parent video that allows you can send to parents to get them on board to see what other parents are saying about Class Dojo and their apprehension and what came out of it. Again, I won't take you through the whole thing, but those are basic things. They even have a letter. The website already has created a basic letter that you can send out, which is the letter I received as a parent with my daughter's school, with basic information talking about what Class Dojo is about. All you have to do is like add your school name or your teacher name, and it's just asking them to provide an email account, which the teacher would then assign to the class. As a teacher, when you're logging in, you can see that these are the behavior points that can be awarded. And again, you can choose these and add to them based on the student input. So you can give points, working hard, you can even, needs work, turning in late assignment. There are also then reports that are generated, which you can use later as well when you've added participation points. You can see the overall class. You can also click on and see individual students as well and what their progress looks like. When you click on individual students, it'll actually go down and show you each participation point that you've awarded, when you awarded it, and it even allows you to type a message to the parent. So working on, you can say turning in homework. And when you add that comment, it is added to the other comments you've had. And you can also even send the parent, if you click on your student, you can even send the parent a message, which allows parents and teachers to interact almost with, it's not even through, it's almost what I consider like instant message type of um, response, because it's instantaneously. As soon as I send this, if there was a parent logged into the site, they would see this information. So I could type saying, working on turning in homework, and send. And this will then be sent to the parent, and it's delivered. So if that parent was on, which I am logged as the default for this one, so I'll show you that as well, they will get that message. Some of the great advantages of this product is that it's free. Everything you see that I did, everything that's out there is free. It does not cost a teacher or a administrator anything. It is currently, I've been told it is a beta product, so it is just fresh out there and new. So perhaps if they do get more interest and more people participating, newer updates and upgrades could cost. But at this point, everything you see on the site, when you log in, is completely free. There is no cost to upgrade, to take it from 1 year to the next. Another great advantage, like I said, it gets the parents involved and gets them informed. Parents aren't always able to be there to pick up their child right after school or drop them off in the morning, so they can't talk to the parent or the teacher and find out exactly what's going on. This allows the parent to be on their own time, or even if you do have the ability, this app can be downloaded to a smartphone, to a tablet. So if you are at work and you do want to just have some free time to check in, you can see that that message if the teacher sends something, and you can even reply back. It also gets the students involved. They're involved in the process. They're not just looking at their behavior as an issue or a problem. They can be an active participant in learning how to actually adjust their behavior. And they can visually see what they're doing. You could bring this up in the next lesson I'll talk about is how you can visually show students what their participation and what their progress looks like, and what they can do to help improve areas. One of the disadvantages is the information cannot be shared. So it is with that teacher, it is held with that teacher, it does not move from grade level to grade level or from teacher to teacher if you're doing like a paired teaching. It is solely with that one teacher. The only way you'd get that information is if you logged in as that other teacher, which acceptable user policies are not okay with. The other thing to go around that I thought of is you could just print off a class list and what your participation points are, what you give, and just have the teacher manually look at those and write those down on a sheet of paper, and then you can enter them when you get the time. And again, it is only as good as the input. Like I said, with my daughter's teacher, they did not use it, and I will show you that in the next, when I log in as the parent. You will see nothing, so therefore there is no purpose for the parent to keep up with it and work with it if the teacher's not even taking the time to input the information. So this brings me into my second lesson, which was, okay, now that we've introduced them, we've got them on board, we've been taking all this data for perhaps like 2 weeks. We're going to now look at getting the teachers, the students, and the parents involved in creating this behavioral management plan where the students brainstorm on ways to monitor their behavior and they can choose their own rewards. This is very crucial that the child is the one who creates the reward, because that meant that was something of value to them. Teachers can, as they know, send out different types of awards, give students different types of rewards, but if it doesn't bring meaning to them, it is not going to help them improve their ability to help with their management and to make them want to succeed. And then this will also have parents will have knowledge of the child's progress and how to help them improve those behaviors, because you can communicate back and forth. So now I'm going to log out. And I am going to go right back to just the Class Dojo main site. And I'm going to now log in as the parent. Got to make sure I keep all my passwords correct for this one. So here you will see that this is what a parent would see when they log in, is the list of their children. If they only had one, there would only be one. If there was two, there, or however many. This is the actual my daughter, and what you see is nothing. There is no progress, no anything. There's nothing. So again, like I said, it's only as good as the input that you put into it. This is the one from the demo class, and as you can see, now you can see how the parent sees exactly what the teacher saw, the student would see this kind of progress report showing the participation points, and then going down here it lists when each point was given. It will also it will have the teacher's comments along with each day, so they can really see, okay, Monday we had a good day, we went to bed early, we got up, we did all this stuff that really helped them, and look, they stayed on task, they were really working hard, there might have been one time, but not bad. So you can look at the own behaviors at home and how it interacted. When you go up here as the parent, you'll see there's messages. These are the messages I just sent as well. And you can see that here was, working on how I turned in homework. And then as the parent as well, the parent can then type and going to say, working to help understand time issues. And you send it, and it's delivered. And then that's something that the teacher would get as well. So, looking at getting the students to think about, okay, this is what I need to do and how I can increase my own behavior and get positive rewards for it, and the parent knowing, okay, we stayed out way too late that night. We had, maybe a swim meet or something else that went on, and man, look at how off Hallie was that day because the next day she didn't get enough sleep and this. So just looking at how also that behavior at home interacts with the child's progress at school and just creating that working relationship. The progress reports can be mailed, emailed, or accessed. It, like I said, creates that working partner relationship with the school and home. Again, the main thing is just the reports are limited to the current teacher and grade. Like I said, it's currently a beta program, so this could change with future upgrades. Who knows? This might be something that allows them to then shift from, okay, it went from this teacher to the next teacher, and they can see it. The parent will always see the information and see the different teachers' input, but that current teacher will not see past info that the other teacher put on. And that is my brief overview of Class Dojo and what I learned. I'm hoping I can present this to my daughter's school as well and to get them a little more on board since they already have the information there and the teachers are somewhat aware of it. I'm just hoping this could bring to light the actual ability and what this program could fully be used for. Thank you for your time and have a great night.